Healing Hearts, my journey through faith, creativity, and restoration. Did you know depression is one of the leading causes of disability worldwide? Every 44 seconds, someone dies by suicide, and countless others struggle with the despair. I know the pit of despair, having spent most of my life clinging to a rope so frayed and slippery it felt like someone had greased it just for fun. If you'd met me a few years ago, you would have seen a woman fully functioning on the outside, smiling, serving, doing all the right things, but quietly falling apart on the inside. High-functioning depression is invisible and silent. Today I want to share how Healing Hearts not only changed my life, but became my mission to change the lives of others. Creativity is not just a hobby. It isn't something that we just squeeze in when we have the time. It's a lifeline. It's a bridge between pain and hope. When words failed me, creativity spoke. When darkness felt overwhelming, a melody or a brushstroke became my prayer. Early seeds of Healing Hearts. Studies confirm that creative expression reduces stress, fosters connection, and renews hope. When paired with faith, creativity becomes more than therapy. It becomes a testimony. Our brokenness is reshaped in God's hands into beauty that speaks life. To give them beauty for ashes and the oil of joy for mourning, as Isaiah 61 verse 3 so nicely states. Research also shows that creative activities boost mood and restore a sense of purpose. Neuroscientists have found that making art activates the brain's reward systems, releasing dopamine, that little chemical of joy, but also lowering stress hormones like cortisol. In other words, creativity literally rewires us for hope. And it's one of the reasons Healing Hearts works. I've walked through emotional neglect, displacement trauma, betrayal, rejection, abandonment, and being ignored, the worst of which, my brother's silence. 30 years of silence fueled by lies. For decades, creativity was buried under life's responsibilities and a mountain of lies, hidden under shame, fear, and self-doubt. But I've learned that creativity is buried hope. Buried creativity is buried hope, and without creativity, Healing Hearts can't happen. But then God began to give me a key, hand me keys, one at a time, and each one a step towards Healing Hearts, because each one looked like creativity. And first was singing. My journey to healing started in 2016 when my high-functioning depression was starting to crack. And for the first time in 22 years, my husband realized something was wrong. He gently suggested I find a hobby. I joined the Greater Auckland Chorus because I always wanted to be a singer when I was young. But I failed the audition not once or twice, but 5 times, because deep down, I believed I wasn't good enough, I couldn't sing. Yet, each attempt planted a seed, chipping away at the lie I had believed for so long. Then came drawing. In 2017, I hit rock bottom. The weight of all the suppressed pain became so unbearable, I wanted to die. Miraculously, my brother reached out to reconcile, and soon after, a friend invited me to join her for a graphic design course. Our first assignment was to create a simple drawing. It had me paralyzed because I hadn't picked up a pencil since I shut down due to trauma as a teenager. Yet something inside me refused to give up. I found a picture of our dog and gave it a go. To my astonishment, my drawing looked like the picture. That small victory ignited something deep within me, another spark in healing hearts. Painting was another battle. The voices in my head kept screaming, "You can't paint, you're not good enough, you're not even creative." But in 2019, I joined a local art group at a church nearby. And with the leader's encouragement, I finally bought some paint and attempted a simple flower. When she saw it, she exclaimed, "See, I told you you can paint." And in that moment, another lie crumbled and healing hearts grew stronger. During COVID lockdowns, Bible journaling became my refuge, a way to pour despair onto a page into God's presence. And then came an email about Elijah House trauma training webinar. I signed up thinking I'd help others, but realized that I was the one in desperate need of healing. That was the turning point in my journey to healing hearts. 4 years of Elijah House School's prayer ministry, learning, serving, and pursuing my healing followed. God was transforming me from the inside out. Dancing was next on his agenda, and after much resistance, when people would say I should write a book when I shared my story, I finally started to put down my story, my pain, into stories on my website. Stories that can help others be set free. And these stories are my way of multiplying healing hearts far beyond my own life. Last but not least, speaking. For most of my life, I've been silent because silence was the only way to survive. But God has given me my voice back. I now share my story, both testimonies and struggles, to shine light for those still walking through darkness. Speaking is my way of declaring that healing hearts is possible. So yes, for many decades I buried my creativity under life's responsibilities and a mountain of lies. I can't sing, dance, draw, paint, write, or speak. I'm a mistake. I shouldn't even be here, and many, many more. Survival mode had stolen my colors, but when I allowed myself to create again, my heart started beating differently. Creativity isn't a luxury. It's the way God rebuilt me from the inside out. It became my language with God. It gave me a way to process grief, betrayal, and rejection without drowning in them. It became an expression of faith, a source for healing hearts, and a path to joy and overcoming depression. That's when healing hearts stopped being just my story and became my calling. He also brought me out up from the horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set me my feet upon the rock, and established my steps. Psalm 40, verse 2. I can't share my story without God. To remove him would be to erase the very reason I survived. His mercy became my oxygen, his love my anchor, and his hand my rescue. When I look back, I see not my own willpower, but his relentless pursuit, even in the pit. He was there. Even when I was too weak to pray, his Spirit interceded. Even when I doubted his goodness helped me fast. This January, I celebrated 6 years of overcoming my lifelong struggle with depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. It doesn't mean that I no longer experience moments of despair or overwhelm or heaviness. But now, instead of isolating myself, I reach out. And those moments no longer define me. That's not just survival, that's resurrection, and that's the heart of Healing Hearts. Today, through Healing Hearts initiatives, I create safe spaces for others to experience the same renewal, creative gatherings where they can create without fear of judgments, paint parties where color, laughter, and shared stories bring healing hearts, encounter groups rooted in the Healing Trauma Teaching Series, where we gently face unforgiveness, resentment, and inner vows, expectations, and lies that keep us trapped in trauma. Prayer ministry, not just treating symptoms, but pulling pain out at its roots so healing hearts can go deep. I'm an artist, and through creativity, compassion, and community, I'm committed to reigniting creativity, hope, and joy in people's lives by creating safe spaces where they can come and belong before they behave, share their struggles, heal, learn to dream again, and be loved back to life. For me, giving is a joy, whether it is time, love, or resources, because true abundance is found in pouring into others, and that too is part of Healing Hearts. I would love to see Healing Hearts in more cities, online communities, and opportunities for people to discover that they are not broken beyond repair, because my mission is simple: to change the world one broken heart at a time through Healing Hearts. So maybe today you feel you're holding back tears, or you've believed the same lies I did, that you're not creative, your voice doesn't matter, that your story is too messy to be shared. Maybe you've buried your dreams under the weight of responsibility, trauma, or fear. Let me tell you, they can be unearthed. I'm here to tell you, your story matters, your voice matters, and there is a safe place for your heart to heal with Healing Hearts. Come and join me at a creative gathering, an encounter group, or a paint party. Step into a space where Healing Hearts comes alive, because your heart matters and your creativity matters, and Healing Hearts works best in community. Thank you for listening.